Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing another three-part series, and this one is going to be creating an online presence and really helping from an improving posting perspective here today. So we're going to be talking about some strategies in order to be able to do that. A lot of times people, they start setting up a online presence, whether it be your social media or your website or maybe your funnels or whatnot in terms of your business, and they wonder why either they're losing subscribers, they're losing eyeballs or visitors, unique visitors to their sites. And these are some tips in order to be able to help out with that, and why this is so important, especially to myself. So I've done this for a lot of other people in the past, and I've decided to do an experiment with my own brand. I started completely from scratch about a month ago with several different channels, and I'm up over 100% from where I was a little less than a month ago. So I think I know a little bit about what I'm doing here, and I'm going to share some of those tips in terms of keeping subscribers once you've gotten them. So if you aren't familiar with my channel, I am Tom Batman Ziegelbauer, and I help businesses and entrepreneurs grow their businesses through the use of technology. So we're just going to get into it here today. A couple of topics that we're going to discuss. One is posting too much. So I work also on another website in the back end of it. It's basically a news website. It's called projectnerd.com. It's project-nerd.com. Tens of thousands of subscribers to it, and we get tons of hits on that website and our podcast and a number of other things. So one of the things that we have identified is you should come up with some type of a content calendar for the things that you're posting, so you don't double or triple up on the same content, especially on the same day. Also, for my brand, I don't put out content every single day, and you don't get hit with like 7 things in a particular day. What we found is that most people can't digest full content like what I'm putting out here for this particular video. They can only handle things in small particular bites and not the same topic over and over and over again, even if it's super important to them in terms of the topic. So come up with a content schedule. We have a content schedule which is 7 days a week, and I know that on Tuesdays in the morning that the Nerdcast is going to be produced. It's produced on Sunday evenings, and we post it on Tuesday, so it has time in order to get out there. Our subscribers know on a schedule that their podcast is going to be delivered to them on Tuesday morning. Super important in order to have a rigorous schedule in terms of that. There's several apps that you can use in order to be able to keep track of that content, like Loomly.com is one, or you could use another one like Monday, which is pretty good in terms of creating schedules. Posting the same content over and over is also another issue where you can kill your viewership or kill your subscribers to your particular social media channels. So make sure that you're being original through the process. I try very hard for every single one of these videos that I produce is that there's something unique about each one of them. If you go back and you look at my videos where I'm wearing like a Batman mask, or like last week I was out in the Batmobile, do something that is original with each one of yours. If you can't be original and you're just like swamped, one of the other things that we found on this news site is we can repurpose content from even years ago. So one of the things that we find in October, as an example, is people are building their Halloween costumes. And so people are really super interested in a bunch of tutorials in terms of cosplay tutorials or getting ideas for Halloween content. We will grab content from several years back, repurpose that, post or publish the date on it so it shows up towards the top of our news feed on that particular site, and we'll just refresh it with a little bit of stuff. Why not reuse and recycle content that you already have that you know is going to resonate with your subscribership? And then you also want to shy away from a cross-platform auto post, because each particular platform is a little bit different. So if we are publishing things out to WordPress as an example. On your website, that's going to be a different format than it is going to be on Facebook a little bit. So there might be some modifications that need to happen there. And Facebook is definitely different than Instagram in terms of Reels and IGTV and all those other sorts of things. So make sure that you're not just generically blasting out information to each one of those social media platforms, because it can actually hurt you. Take advantage of the things that are on each platform for yourself, and then make sure that your content is fresh on your web presence. Nothing can hurt your viewership than not, one, keeping up with a content schedule like we talked about in topic 1, and then 2, having stagnant content out there. So one of the things when we were building a social media presence for one of the businesses that I've worked on is loading that up with a ton of content first, getting on that content schedule, so when people start subscribing or they start liking, say, your Facebook page or your Instagram pages, that there's already a bunch of content that's already there, so they go, oh, well, this isn't a blank page and there's nothing to digest there. So hopefully this content helped you out here today. If it did, please help us out by hitting that like, subscribe, and alert button to be alerted of additional posts, and watch out for part 2 and part 3 of this series coming up. Appreciate your time, and remember, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.